You'll see it in the video.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car, wake up in
This young man was riding a motorcycle without a license plate and wasn't wearing a helmet. He had been fleeing from the police for a long time until he entered his neighborhood and tried to hide. But the police managed to stop him.
Não é você que manda aqui. É você que manda.
The man was fleeing from the police until he was surrounded by 2 officers and ended up being arrested. A couple is fleeing from the police without wearing helmets. The chase happened in the morning, until this couple met an undesirable end. They ended up falling badly off their motorcycle, making the police's job easier. Let's follow along. More than 99% of the people who watch our videos aren't subscribed. If you enjoy this type of content, click subscribe. It's free, takes 1 second, and helps our channel a lot. A man initiates a police chase on a motorcycle. He tries to obstruct the officers and finally attempts to flee on foot, but it doesn't work out very well.
Deita, Joe. Deita. Deita. A moto é BO. A moto é BO. Você roubou.
A young man saw a police motorcycle and decided to run away. The police became suspicious of his behavior and pursued him. The young man had no reason to flee, but decided to show off and almost crashed into the back of a truck. Luckily, he decided to surrender, making the police's job easier.
Cara, eu sou merda mesmo.
When the police chase goes completely wrong, a young man without a helmet flees from the police but ends up falling off his motorcycle. They try to escape but fail.
Ah, comédia. Primeira moto, primeiro e último.
During the police chase, the man ended up crashing into a school. Luckily, there were no students there. He fled from the police by passing through the school's pedestrian walkways. A motorcycle was missing its license plate, which aroused suspicion among the police. They'd pursued the man on the motorcycle, but in the end he fell, making the police's job easier.
Vai, filha da... Deita no chão. Bota a cabeça no chão. Bota a cabeça no chão.
A gay couple on a motorcycle without license plates and without helmets decided to mess with the police. They tried to flee, but the chase didn't last long. The police officers are trained professionals and managed to capture the two individuals easily. All necessary measures were taken.
E a mentira.
This couple gets the worst of it while fleeing from the police. They end up having a serious accident. Note that neither of them is wearing a helmet. Any kind of fall for someone riding a motorcycle can be fatal. But they decided to take the risk, and luckily neither suffered serious injuries. The police apprehended them, and all administrative measures were taken.
Moça, não encosta nela.
Eu sou de farmácia.
Pode deixar a moto aí, cara. Essa moto aí, Dudu. Essa moto aí. Calma. Pega essa moto.
Gente,
An individual riding a Honda 300cc motorcycle without a helmet or license plate attempted to flee from the police. The high-speed chase put several lives at risk, but ultimately the young man surrendered, stopping the motorcycle. All necessary measures were taken and the motorcycle was impounded.
Desliga a moto, desliga a moto, desliga a moto. Desce da moto com a mão na cabeça. Desce a moto com a mão na cabeça. Põe a mão na cabeça, põe a mão na cabeça. Fica na moralzinha.
The police spotted 3 young men on a motorcycle. They tried to flee but were unsuccessful. The officer managed to apprehend all 3 individuals. The main driver attempted to escape but was immediately detained by the officer's friend. The suspect was arrested and all fines were issued against him.
Vira, caralho! Vira! Calma aí,
Vai lá.
Pra quem tá machucando aí, senhor?
Vai.
Tá machucando? Ô, minha perna aí, senhor! Ai, né, machucada aí! Machucada aí nas costas aí, senhor! Machucada nas costas aí, senhor! Ô, você me parou já, sabe que eu
Põe a mão
sou?
pra trás.
Ô, a minha
Põe a mão
costas
pra
machucada
trás.
aí, ó! Minhas costas machucadas! Pode estar solada, papai!
The fugitive got the worst of it that day. The chase lasted a long time until the police had a stroke of luck. The fugitive's motorcycle ran out of gas, making the police's job easier. The suspect was arrested and the motorcycle was recovered.
O fujão fez a coisa certa e parou pra trocar ideia.
Para essa porra aí, cara.
A young man was in the wrong place at the wrong time, doing wheelies on his motorcycle, and when he least expected it and looked back, a police motorcycle appeared. The individual was fined for several types of traffic violations, including dangerous driving on public roads.
Mão na cabeça. Passa as pernas. Aí não pra onde, filho? Eu tô indo trabalhar. Aqui no posto aqui no quinto, aqui na direita ligada, né?
This young man decided to flee from the police, initiating a police chase, but he was eventually apprehended. The police investigated all the circumstances. The individual had a driver's license, and the motorcycle was in good working order. However, he claimed he fled because the motorcycle tire was bald, complicating the situation and resulting in him having to pay fines he wouldn't have had to pay if he had remained stopped and obeyed police orders.
Dentro das equipes aí, Valdemar Carlos Pereira, que postava apoio para Fernando.
Ô, senhor, pelo amor de Deus! Pelo amor de Deus! Não, senhor! Eu não tô roubando, não tô fazendo nada, senhor!
When running from the police, these young men act like alpha males. But when the situation gets tough, they run screaming for their mothers inside the house. Yes, that's exactly what you'll see in this video.
Copom, correu pra casa, QSL. Vai, filhão, vai. Deita no chão. Deita no chão.
This couple was wanted for motorcycle theft. The police had been looking for them for a long time, but fortunately, their work paid off that day. They were both arrested. Yes, a pair of criminals.
Tá armada? É roubada, né? É roubada.
Eu comprei hoje no baile, senhor.
Vai, mão pra cima, mão pra cima. Tá armada? Não é pra falar com ela.
Fica aí, tira o capacete.
In this video, you'll see another man acting silly. And how many police officers initiate a high-speed chase, putting several lives at risk, but in the end he runs to his mother's house and starts yelling at her at the gate, begging for help. What a coward! The motorcycle of two fugitives broke down during the escape, facilitating the police's work. The individual was apprehended and all necessary measures were taken against him.
Por algum motivo, o fujão resolveu parar.
Major Lúcio, Copom, parou. Costa aí, filho. Pra que isso aí?
Eu tava indo buscar o capacete.
Pra que isso aí? Por que você tentou correr? Dá a chave da moto aí. Dá a chave.
A daring motorcyclist flees from the police and ends up peeing his pants. That's right, he peed his pants. We won't show that video for security reasons against YouTube, but let's see a snippet of what happened in this police chase.
Deita, põe a mão na cabeça.
A chase involving a stolen motorcycle occurred that day. Police observed the fugitives cross-referencing information about the motorcycle they had received, so they located and pursued them until they captured them. The motorcycle was recovered, and the owner was very happy and grateful for the work of the police officers.
32, passou pela demonstra, vereador Zé. Tá na vereadora ainda, Copom, vai cruzar Joaquim Nabuco, possivelmente. Vai, filha da puta! Vai morrer, cuzão! Para, seu filho da puta! Vai cruzar Joaquim Nabuco, Copom. Desfecho da ocorrência aí, ó. Devido ser evadido, os dois são procurados, os dois são ladrão de moto, os dois estão procurados da justiça. E a equipe logrou detê-los.
These young people today prefer to put their lives and the lives of others at risk rather than turn themselves into the police. They prefer to go astray and suffer accidents rather than resolve things in the best way possible. Let's follow this.
Ah, otário! Parou, vai! Corre mais!
Eu tava indo buscar o remédio pra minha avó, mano.
E por que você correu? Porém abordado.
This young man had already been arrested. He was free and decided to flee from the police. As soon as the police captured him, they pulled up his information and he was arrested for the second time. Well, it wasn't a good day for him to mess with the police, was it?
Mão na cabeça aí. Mão na cabeça aí. Mão na cabeça primeiro.
Calma aí, senhor. Calma aí, pelo amor de Deus.
Certeza.
The young man thought that going into alleys would be a great way to throw off the police. But he forgot that life isn't a game and the police are trained professionals.
Deita. Ô, vira pro chão, filha da... Vira pro chão. Trabalhador, senhor, a moto não é B.O. não. Cala a boca, cala a boca. Pede apoio, pode pedir, cala a boca. Cala a boca.
This police chase ends in a fall. I don't know if I can call it pretty or very ugly, but the fugitive got the worst of it. And the police, once again, a job well done. The couple tries to escape from the police but end up giving up when they realize their plans weren't working. The police motorcycle was much faster.
Você vai encostar ou quer que eu te derrubo? Hã? Você vai encostar ou quer que eu te derrubo? Você vai encostar ou quer que eu te derrubo? Hã?
Another police chase ensued, with the fugitive believing that running into alleyways would be enough to escape the police. But in the end, he was apprehended and all administrative measures were taken.
Desembarcou, desembarcou. Vai jogar mais pra direita. Vai. Agora é hora de novo. Para essa... Vai, deita no chão, seu filho. Deita!
Motorcycle fugitives don't always get away with it. Sometimes when they can't escape the police, they end up having an accident. That's what happened to these young people. Let's follow along.
Desculpa, irmão. Senta aí, João. É sua moto?
É minha, mora ali em cima ali.
Opa, uma dívida abordado, QSL. Se na verdade que falou que é TH. Só verifica uma viatura 4 rodas aí.
Moto de quem, pô?
É dele.
This guy provokes the police by challenging them to a chase, but then suddenly he gives up and turns himself in. The police didn't understand either.
Olha! Oh, velho, adianta, velho. Para com isso.
Police managed to arrest an individual who was stealing cell phones. He tried to flee from the police but was captured after falling off his motorcycle.
Ô, senhor, tô com o telefone roubado aqui. Me tira daqui, senhor. Só tô machucado.
Oi, tudo bom? Vou apoiar aí nosso Monteiro. 6.000.
A moto B.O.? A moto B.O.?
É, senhor. Raspado. Tô com o telefone roubado aqui,
E a
senhor.
moto B.O.?
É, senhor.
Another police chase that ended in the worst way, a completely wrecked motorcycle, an accident, and huge fines for the fugitive to pay.
Que espécie de manobra defensiva é essa? O que ele acha que está fazendo? A viatura fechou a passagem. Mesmo assim, o indivíduo não parou e ele tentou desviar pela calçada, mas havia um fio e ele acabou se enroscando. Tá aí a...
This chase only showed how terrible this individual is. His girlfriend fell off the motorcycle and he simply kept going, trying to escape the police without even caring if his partner was okay.
Arruma nada, fio. Arruma nada. Largou sua mulher pra trás lá.
Another couple gets the worst of it, this time taking a nasty fall while trying to escape from police officers trained to do their job. Awesome video, right? If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. And don't go anywhere. There's another even better video waiting for you here on Ballista. I'll see you there.